Yo, yow, 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 yow. What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I'm Chris Don One, and I am back with another video. Please be sure to hit that subscription button, that notification bell, so to let you know when my video or live stream goes down. Also, share this content with your friends, family, as well as your followers. And if you really want to really support your boy, become a member. Hit the join membership button, and you'll get exclusive things like bright, shiny badges and things of that nature. All right. So now, since we got all that stuff out of the way, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I got a doozy for you. So the Halo Infinite uh, story trailer was shown yesterday, and everyone from diehard Xbox fans, from diehard Halo fans, you know, the gaming industry, vloggers, bloggers, influencers have gave everyone their 2 cents on this trailer and Halo Infinite itself. And pretty much judging from the trailer, how the campaign is going to how the campaign is going to pretty much be run once we get our hands on the campaign, the story of it. I believe Halo Infinite is going to be dropping in December, I believe, and I'm gonna share you guys my 2 cents of it. Before I begin and give you guys my 2 cents of it, of the trailer, my impressions, my thought, my opinion on the trailer. I first like to state this. I have always been a two console supporter. I always buy the PlayStation console, and I always bought the Xbox console ever since the OG Xbox. The Xbox that was the black box with the excuse me, with the green X on top of it. Yeah, I was down for the cause back then. And I was a bigger Gears of War fan, and I was I was a fan of the Halo series, particularly when Bungie was creating it. And I played all of the Halo games. Okay, even though I was a huge fan of Gears of War. I was a I was a bigger fan of Gears of War, but I was a fan of Halo. Okay, so uh, with that being said, I'm just giving you guys my insight and my opinions on this game. And when I saw the trailer, the the story reminds me, and it looks like it's going to be set up like an Assassin's Creed type of situation, a Far Cry situation where you have this big map and you go from point A to point B. In order to unlock point C, you have to unlock one of the strongholds. It's like an ABCD type of situation. All right, you can't uh, jump from let's just say hypothetically you don't want to capture a certain strong point. You can't continue the story unless you capture it. Okay, and that strong point is going to give you the ability to drop certain vehicles, to have certain weapons, things of that nature. And as of right now, when the game is released in December, uh the there's no co-op in Halo. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Somebody was trying to play some music, and I just didn't want the music playing through my live stream. Okay, so uh, basically, it's gonna be the story is pretty much similar to Assassin's Creed, Far Cry situation. All right, and I don't know if that's good nor bad. I have dabbled in the Assassin's Creed series. I played the first three Assassin's Creed games. Now I haven't played any games beyond that, as well as Far Cry. I have dabbled in Far Cry, I believe, 4 editions ago. So I'm sort of familiar with Far Cry, and I'm definitely familiar with the Assassin's Creed concept. And this is going to be an open map type of situation where you can do pretty much everything like Grand Theft Auto. I don't think it's going to be that open like Grand Theft Auto where you can just hop all over the map and kill stuff or go to certain villages or discover certain things. I don't know if Halo Infinite is going to be in that type of situation. But judging by the trailer, I'm really not impressed of the direction. Uh, 343 is going to utilize the story. I felt like they should have kept it a traditional story. I thought 343 other games of the Halo series, when they were just a traditional story, a campaign, I love those campaigns. Even though I feel like a lot of people were upset with last year's edition of Halo, where you get to play Master Chief like midway through the game, and you got to play, and I forgot the character's name. I apologize. And they had it set up as a fictional battle between Master Chief versus another Spartan. And I forgot the Spartan's name. I apologize, but it was never that scenario never came into fruition during that campaign. All right, you were just basically switching from one hero to another hero. All right, and I thought even though a lot of people were not happy with that, uh, I thought it was a dope concept. They just didn't orchestrate it the way they led us to believe they was going to orchestrate it through the ads and through the ads mainly. But Halo Infinite is going to be this. They saying this is an open world, and you basically are going through the campaign by going through different objectives and unlocking different strongholds, and that's how you continue the story. Um, I wasn't um, I wasn't too impressed by the way they're going to do the campaign this way. Like I said earlier, I would love for them to be a traditional story. The second thing I have a problem with this is this game was supposed to came out last year, and they put it on ice because they were going to put some polish and things of that nature. A lot of people were not impressed with the graphics, even though you had these quote unquote, and I'm throwing my fingers in the air, quote unquote, these Xbox fanboys saying, well, Halo was never a graphically type of game where the graphics really mattered. Even though the last 2 editions, they were pretty solid. Even though when Bungie had Halo, you have to think at that particular time, it may not been on the same graphic level as a Call of Duty or a Battlefield, but it gave those two franchises a run for their money when you talk about graphic wise. Okay. But I was not impressed with the graphics when they showed this trailer last year, and you had a lot of people on social media critiquing this thing. There was overturning every rock in the presentation, and that's when the Craig emotes came about and things of that nature. And Microsoft decided it would be in their best interest to sideline this game until later next year, which is now. Um, after I watched the trailer, there were some improvements, but I don't know what is actual graphics and what is CGI. Okay, what are the cutscenes, or what is the actual game? Now, I'm gonna take it. I'm basically going to assume that this game is going to be it's going to be somewhat detailed. Judging the multiplayer opponent, I thought the multiplayer of Halo, graphic wise, was pretty dope. It was pretty decent. I was kind of impressed with the graphics, uh, particularly through the betas and stuff. And you also have to remember we was all playing the beta version of the multiplayer, so 99 times out of 100, the actual multiplayer is going to be head and shoulders better than the beta that we played in those test sessions. All right, so I kind of like the beta, and and you really can't judge the campaign from the beta because they already separated the two. Now they said that um, the campaign itself is going to be exclusively on Game Pass. Now you can buy the disc, and it'll have the campaign as well as the multiplayer. But the multiplayer is going to be free, so you don't have to be a Game Pass member to uh, get your hands or play the multiplayer. But like I said, the graphics, they were okay. I thought there was a step better than the graphics we saw last year. All right. I thought the attention in detail was not there. There was like some things that were missing. I don't know if they're going to add it at a later date, or maybe at that certain scene it wasn't established. For an example, when they're using the land vehicles, the vehicles themselves do not make tracks in the road. Now, that's not a big major concern. I'm just throwing that out there. Especially the splash damage when the vehicles would get close to the water or hit the water, the water don't splat it don't splash all the way through. And the actual gunplay, the melee opponent, um those those are like minute minor things in the grand scheme of things. Okay, because you're going to be actually playing the game, and you may not even notice these things while you're playing. All right, but it's the graphics of the campaign. What they showed in the trailer yesterday was was a step better. It was a level. It was 2 or 3 levels better than what they shown last year. But still, the rest of the components are there with the campaign. Now, here's my thing. Overall, when you're judging this game, and I'm only judging this game by the other games that are coming out this year. That one that is available on all platforms, including PC. And when you look at the dynamics of each of these games, you have to say to yourself, is Halo Infinite going to compete with these games, or it's just going to be in the mix with these games? Now, I'm going to say a game that a lot of people are going to be, they're going to listen to this and say, well, that's like comparing apples to oranges. But it's still competition to Halo Infinite. You have to look at these games as competition to Halo Infinite. Now, the game that I'm about to mention is Battlefield 2042. Now, even though Battlefield 2042 does not have a campaign and is 100% multiplayer, if you look at the presentation on the multiplayer component, and if you look at the presentation that you get from Halo Infinite, campaign as well as multiplayer, Battlefield 2042 is has the better graphics when you compare the two, with a lot of stuff going on in Battlefield, by the way. Now, keep this in mind. When we played the beta of Battlefield 2042, there was a lot of questionable things in that beta. Now, EA swore up and down that they are going to fix these issues. Okay. But let's just say Battlefield 2042 still has those minute issues. And let's just say hypothetically, Halo Infinite has those issues as well. So now if you put the issues aside, which one is a better looking game? Battlefield 2042 is a better looking game than Halo Infinite campaign or multiplayer. Another game, Call of Duty. Call of Duty is going to have a campaign. Even though a lot of us are not going to play the campaign, we strictly get Call of Duty for what the multiplayer, all right? And I was not impressed with this Call of Duty Vanguard. When I played the beta of Call of Duty Vanguard, I was thoroughly not impressed. I didn't like the war settings. They're setting this in the past. That was a huge turnoff for me. I was not impressed by the guns, things of that nature. I just was not impressed with this game. All right. But even though if I put that to a side and I judge this game based on what it has available, based on the popularity and based on how it looks, well, just based on how it looks better than Halo Infinite campaign or beta. All right. So let's move on. You got Far Cry that has already been out. And I have not played Far Cry, but by judging the reviews and judging the stream, there's a lot of attention to detail in Far Cry. And the game is a hell of a lot better than Halo Infinite multiplayer or campaign. All right. Now, you see where I'm going with this. All right. I only compared Halo Infinite, a first-person shooter, to other first-person shooters. All right. And the first-person shooter market is saturated. All right. Not to mention Apex. They got a season. People are going to still play Apex Legends or Apex. Okay. And people are going to still play in between Call of Duty Vanguard and Call of Duty Cold War. All right, let's just be fair and be honest. People are still going to play Warzone. You still have a small community of people that will play Destiny. Okay, so and you're going to still have people play. I'm about to say Half-Life. You're still gonna have a lot of people playing a lot of these first-person shooter games, and the first-person shooter market is oversaturated. Far Cry, that's the game I was missing. You're still gonna have people still willing to play Far Cry. All right. So if you look at what Halo Infinite has to go through to be a successful game, it's got a lot of competition that's already out or getting ready to come out that they have to defend their turf, so to say, and they're going to have to deal with them. All right. Now, here's another thing a lot of people are not factoring in when you talk about Call of Duty Halo Infinite. It's even though they delayed this game, I felt like, if they could have went on and came out, even though last year I was totally against this narrative, but now I'm for this narrative of just go ahead, just bring the game out, okay? We'll fix the game along the way, all right? There was really no competition for Halo Infinite last year, okay? And even though the first player market was heavy, it wasn't at an oversaturated mark like it's currently in today. And not to even mention Fortnite. That's still a popular game, even though it's not first person. A lot of people are still wanting to play Fortnite. All right, but that's not a first-person shooter game, but it is a shooter. Okay, um, uh, so you got all of these franchises um, bidding for a lot, and a lot of gamers that like first-person shooters. And this is where I come to the point of I feel like ultimately Game Pass is going to kill the Halo franchise. And allow a brother to explain why I believe Game Pass is going to be killing um, Halo Infinite. One game, this will be Game Pass big big hit, big uh that was once an exclusive, that once was a console seller, that was once a one of the top franchises, one of the biggest IPs, was to be tied to in the Halo universe, okay? With a with a lot of history on it, okay? You got the biggest game coming out this holiday season with a lot of other games that are coming out this holiday season, and you're going to split the game, make the multiplayer free to play, and put and you really advertising this game to be you can get it from Game Pass. You can spend $5 or $10 a month, and you can play the campaign of Halo Infinite. And at this particular point of time, there's no co-op in it. Now, I feel like there's going to be co-op later on. Just like I feel like there's going to be other modes later on in different seasons for the multiplayer. Microsoft is looking at this as how can we, how can Halo Infinite, how can we put longevity in Halo Infinite? I got it. We'll put the game out, but there's certain parts of the game, certain modes of the game that we're not going to put out all at once when the game comes out this December. We'll bring them out slowly but surely to stretch out the longevity of Halo Infinite. And the reason why Microsoft is doing this, not because they're still trying to work on the game, but to make to have this game have longevity on Game Pass. They want people to continue to purchase Game Pass. And Halo Infinite is going to be their true big test on, are people really for this Game Pass renting games? Is are people are really on this hype train? And I feel like ultimately Microsoft is willing to destroy a franchise, a proud franchise, a very successful franchise, tarnish the name of this franchise just to get people to purchase Game Pass. So you're literally sacrificing the life of Halo Infinite so you can continue to have life on Game Pass, because all of those other games that they own Bethesda, and they own all those games, and they have already said those games are going to be exclusively for Game Pass. All right. But those games are maybe 2-3 years max down the road. So you're going to have something to interest people to continue to support Game Pass. Now, you already had these fire sales of Game Pass, where Game Pass cost $1, Game Pass cost 50 cents, Game Pass cost an EBT food stamp card. You had all of these fire sales to promote Game Pass. A lot of people took advantage of those fire sales. Other people didn't. Now, in order to keep those people subscribed to Game Pass, you have to be having content, similar to what Netflix is struggling with, similar to what Hulu is struggling with. Remember, let's use Netflix for an example. Netflix, when was really the very few streaming apps that were streaming TV shows and and movies, okay? And when the other companies like Paramount, Sony, Marvel Universe, or Disney, when they slowly found out that, whoa, Netflix is making this much bank off of this, well, we should come out with our own streaming service so we can so we can have our own money. And slowly but surely, a lot of these film companies started taking their projects off of Netflix, taking their IPs off of Netflix, all right, and putting it on their own streaming services, all right. Now you have an oversaturation of the streaming app world. Now everyone has a streaming service when it comes to movies and television shows. And Phil Spencer and Microsoft said, well, you know what? Let's have our own streaming service, and our games that were once exclusive to our Xbox consoles, let's make them playable for everyone. Let's tap into the billion gamers that are currently out there playing games. Now, there's no issue with that, but the only caveat is, in order for you to do that, uh you have to sacrifice the games that were once exclusives. Let's just be fair and let's be honest. Gears of War franchise has taken a dip simply having this game on, and it all is contribute to Game Pass. Halo has taken a slider ever since you can play all of the Halo games on Game Pass. All right. A lot of a lot of their exclusive titles that had some type of community all took hits from Game Pass. All right. And it goes hand in hand. These franchises were fine on their own, being exclusively to the Xbox console. But now, since you incorporating these once franchises that were exclusive to Microsoft, now everyone's playing them. Notice how all of them are taking a huge dip in popularity as well as replay value. Streaming service can be very profitable and I'm pretty sure it was at one point in time very profitable to Microsoft. But on the other hand, you're destroying the lifeblood of a lot of your games that were once exclusive. That was only exclusive. The only way you're going to be able to play these games is an Xbox console. You cannot play these games anywhere else. All right. And they slowly but surely killed these franchises, or some of these franchises are on life control. I mean, on life alert. So there you have it with the problem with Halo. Halo, no matter what Halo does when it comes to people streaming the game or streaming the game from Game Pass, no matter how popular this game become on Twitch, no matter how much success this game has, ultimately, Game Pass is going to prevail over whatever success this game has, and this game is going to be easy come, easy go, because now it's available for everybody. Now, out of those billion gamers Phil Spencer wanted to tap into, how many of those billion gamers are investing in Game Pass? 75%, 50%, 25%, 10, 5%. There was an article that suggested that Game Pass is not making the number that Microsoft would wish Game Pass would be making. All right. And Game Pass and Microsoft is not familiar about this. I mean, it's not unaware about this, because anything Microsoft put their hands on, it all of a sudden doesn't do the numbers or the estimates Microsoft would like for it to be. For an example, Mixer. Mixer was a streaming service that was really exclusively for Xbox Xbox Live members. All right. Then it started trickling into PC. And now they sold Mixer to Facebook. And Facebook is doing more with this than Microsoft. My, Mixer was not creating the numbers Microsoft wished it to be. You know why? Because there were other apps that were more successful than Mixer. Twitch is the king of all that when it comes to streaming games. All right. YouTube is probably second. Then you had a list of other streaming services that streamers go to that was better, head and shoulders better than Mixer. A lot of those successful streamers, live streamers, did not want to convert to Mixer. Now, Mixer had a lot of the big time celebrities from Twitch. All right. Like Ninja, they paid a lot of money for Ninja to go to Mixer. And look how that turned out. They bought out Ninja, and now Ninja is back on Twitch. So when you look at the grand scope of things, ultimately the same thing is going to happen to Game Pass. No matter how many new no matter how many new subscribers Game Pass get, of those new subscribers, how many of them are going to continue to be a member of Game Pass? And for how long? Are they only going to be members of Game Pass until they play all the games they want to play and then they're done with Game Pass? Is that the new thing that a lot of people are, willing to do? And that's why I feel like Microsoft is putting too much priority in Game Pass instead of putting the priority back into the games. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. All right, so that's my opinion on Halo Infinite. I don't think there's a lot of factors that a lot of people are not adding in to why I feel like Halo Infinite is going to be a one and done. I feel like the first thing, I feel like the first reason why Halo Infinite is going to be a one and done, way too much competition out there, particularly in the first person market. I feel like that market is oversaturated. Combining the fact there are a lot of established popular games that are out there, and you have to ask yourself, are those people in those communities are going to stop playing their favorite game to give Halo Infinite a try? Okay. I feel like the second thing that's going to kill Halo Infinite is simply just separating the two components of Halo Infinite. You're allowing the campaign to be played on Xbox Game Pass. You're promoting it that way, and the multiplayer is going to be free to play. So one component does not have anything to do with the other component. All right. Third, you're devaluing your IP if you want people to go to GameStop, Walmart, Target, mom and pop stores that want to buy the game traditionally on disc. Why buy it on the disc when you already have Game Pass? So you might as well just play it there. All right. I feel like it's another component on why I feel like ultimately Game Pass, the struggle is going to be real on Game Pass. And I feel like fourth, if this fourth or fifth, I got confused because I was so distracted. But anyway, I feel like another reason why Game Pass is not going to live up or uh, or have a longevity into it is because I feel like there's a lot of obstacles just in the game alone. People are going to be frustrated and they're going to stop playing. One, as far as the multiplayer go, to get XP, they should do it traditionally. You should just get XP by playing the game. No, in order to level up, you have to complete certain tasks on your agenda. And it could be like using a pistol or a sniper rifle, headbutting players, playing in certain matches. I have heard a lot of competitive uh, gamers say that uh, that that's probably steering them away from Halo Infinite. I feel like another thing that's steering people away is the graphics. People are going to really judge this game by the graphics, and I don't care what all these um, insiders or these um, trolls or these super duper super ugly Xbox supporters say. Well, Halo Infinite was never an attention to detail or highly resolution and better graphics and things of that nature. Even though the last two, graphic wise, was good, it was up there. Okay, even though Bungie on their edition of Halo, and you have to uh, look at this back at that particular time, and you judge it with the competition at that particular time. Halo's graphics were up to par when Bungie had it. Okay, so and I feel like fifth, a lot of people are going to be turned off by, well, you can play the campaign, but you can't do co-op. Co-op will be incorporated in season 2 or season 3. Well, you can't play control or domination or however they're going to do it in or oddball on Halo multiplayer until season 3 and season 4, trying to spread out the different modes and the different things you can do with the game to add longevity to the game so people continue to play the game and continue to buy Xbox Game Pass. All right. Um, those two can't be those two have to be mutually exclusive. All right. uh Either you care about Game Pass or either you care about the game itself. All right, the two can't work in the same universe. All right, one is going to suffer, either the game or the service. And I just feel like with those factors going in, it's going to be a real uphill grind for Halo Infinite. um it coming out in December, uh, I just don't. I think it's the wrong time to come out. Personally, I would have came out. I would have came out, even though I was totally against this last year, or maybe over the summer, just coming out with the campaign and have the beta for the multiplayer, and then come out with the multiplayer later on if you want to do it that way. I just feel like there's too many factors playing against this franchise. I'm sorry for the vibration. I got a whole lot of notices and notifications. All right. So I, I mean, I'm a huge Gears of War fan, and I'm a fan of the Halo. I have heard people that are diehard Halo connoisseur freaks of this game, and I have heard people say that they're not buying this game, and there's a reason why they're not buying a Series X. With all the power of the Series X, it really does not matter what's inside of the console, because when you're streaming this game off of a service. All right, this is now you could just buy the disc. I know you can buy the disc. Okay, but the way how Microsoft is going to really make their money if people buy in to Game Pass, and I feel like Game Pass is going to destroy this game. Okay, well, That's all I got for today. I'm not going to hold y'all any further. Anybody that watched the rerun of this, can you do me a favor? Can you do your boy solid? Hit the subscription button, the notification bell. Share this content with your friends, family, and followers. Uh, I was trying to get this out early this morning. Your boy got mad busy. Anywho, I'm up out of here. Hope y'all have a wonderful day. Deuces.